With a very illustrious past, but we're actually going to talk about the present and the future. A very warm welcome to Glenn Hughes. How are you doing, Glenn?
Fine, Vanessa. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Now, I know congratulations are in order because your new solo album, From Now On, is #1 in Japan. So
yes.
Congratulations for that.
Yes, I was over there this last week doing some unplugged shows and promotional stuff, and I got to say that I haven't played Japan since Deep Purple, and I was very, very surprised at the response. I mean, it's only been out a week and already it went in very, very high. And it's great. It's just great to be alive and great to be back.
Fantastic. Well done. Well, we'll talk a little bit about From Now On, because to me it seems that this record not only marks a new chapter in your musical career, but also in your personal life. Do you feel that you've finally found your identity as a person and a musician?
Absolutely. It was, for me, the 80s were a very bad period. Wasn't good for me. So, but you know, I took control of my life, I guess, with God's help in '91, when I really believed that it was touch and go for me. So, but you know, I've learned so much from the bad period of how to live correctly now, and there's so much more music to make. I've made a considerable amount of music in my life, but it's never been that focused before because of obvious reasons. But here I am now, you know, taking the day and doing everything I can to make as much music as possible.
Fantastic. I mean, just prior to Now On, you did actually record a blues record.
Yes, I did.
Where a lot of the songs were about problems with drugs and alcohol.
Yes.
But From Now On, to me, it's left that behind. It's very optimistic, it's very up. Was it a cathartic experience in a different way?
You know, the blues record was a recovery album, and I wanted my fans to know where I'd been, you know, all those years. And now this new record is also spiritual in the same way, but I don't really want to be ramming down people's throats about drugs forever. But From Now On, it could mean anything. It basically means from now on I'm going to be around, you know. That's why I'm here. And this year is going to be the first year I can actually take every day and actually see something happening and go on the road and promote and do shows. And the most amazing thing for me now is that I can actually go out every night and sing where I couldn't before because it was chemically impossible to do. And now to get out to the fans that have waited for me for so long to actually do something live, they get to see me with my own band. They get to see some Trapeze gigs and maybe some gigs with Motley Crue. I'll jump up and sing with them. And so, you know, for a lot of my fans, especially the metal fans, they're going to get to see a lot of me this year.
But also for you personally, it must be fantastic to be able to do all this without falling back on basically what must have been a prop to you.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because looking back at the 80s, and I can take that now, the greatest gift I have is to look back at that period and say to myself, do you really want to do that again? No. No. No way. I mean, I have the great ability now to look back at that chapter of my life, and that's the greatest gift God has given me, to actually be an addict and actually now come forth and own up to the fact, yeah, I was sick. But you know something, it takes somebody as sick as I was to get as well as I've become. But it's one day at a time.
Absolutely, I can understand that. Now, you had a lot of connections with Sweden From Now On. Could you kind of fill us in on who you worked with and so on?
The guys in Europe, I work with 3 guys in Europe, Mick McKaylee, John Levin and Ian Howland. They're of course friends of John Norum, who was at Almond in in 90. So I met them through that, and I was on a promotional visit to Sweden last year, and I met them and they said, why don't we jam on some Glenn Hughes standard songs? And I said, yeah. It turned out great. So I said, let's do a tour. The tour turned into a record. And now we're going to do a year's promotion.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic. And it seems to me that on this record you have stretched yourself both as a songwriter and a musician and a vocalist. There's kind of lots of different styles. Did you just give yourself kind of an open forum to try whatever you wanted? I
figure the best way to get Glenn Hughes out there is to do well. You see, I don't want to just be classed as a rock singer or a soul singer or as a funk artist or whatever. I want to be, you know, I just want to make I want each song to be its own identity. I don't really want to make a concept album of sorts. I want to be as emotional, as soulful as I can. Well, everything I do is emotional and soulful, whether it be whatever. I'm an emotional guy, so. And I do enjoy singing that kind of music. But it is diversified and it is a variety.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Must have been very satisfying to do that as well. So you mentioned some live shows in the future. You're getting Trapeze back together as well?
Yes, we play this Friday in the Midlands in Brierley Hill, and Friday and Saturday, both first shows sold out, in a place called the Robin Hood in Brierley Hill. I want to see all my fans out there. And then the following week we hit America for 6 weeks, and we're going to have a lot of guest artists come up and play with us. Some of the guys in ZZ Top and Pantera are going to come and jam with us.
Fantastic.
And that's going to take me into May, where I'll go back to the Far East to do a live Glenn Hughes album, Burning Japan. June, July and August will be extensive work in Europe, which I haven't played I haven't played in like solo-wise ever, so it's going to be really great.
Okay, well hopefully we can catch up with you there.
Oh, I hope so.
And check you out on the road live and everything.
Would you do that?
Yes, I'd love to. So thanks very much for coming down this evening. It's great to see you looking. You look fantastic.
Thank you,
and congratulations for #1 record. That's Glenn Hughes, my guest tonight. And Glenn, let's see your video right now, actually, the debut video from Now On, the album From Now On. And we are going to show you a song which I guess is autobiographical.
Yes.
Picking Up the Pieces, Glenn Hughes.
Cool.